Greetings, weirdlings. I'm Carol Danvers, and today I'll be showing you how to style your hair like Lilith. So we have come to the point of making Lilith's wig. Wig? What are you talking about? This is my real hair. Oh, I know, Carol. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend. But for people at home that don't have gorgeous hair like this, let's show them how to Sharpie dye a wig. So first things first, here's what you'll need. A white wig cut to the shape that you want. You'll need Sharpie! For this Lilith wig, I used the magenta Sharpie mixed with the red Sharpie. And then for this highlight, I used the pale pink, light pink, and then the darkerish pink that is not the hot pink. You'll need a comb with a pointy end in order to section out the hair, and you'll need some hair clips. I'm also going to put on some nitrile gloves to protect my hands. And I'm going to section off the hair to where I start towards the bottom ends and go up. The hair on a wig is woven into the cap on different tracks, so to say. So you have a track here, you have a track here, and then under that one, what is it? What is it? Oh, look, look, it's another track. Oh, so we are going to color each track individually until we're done. That sounds really awful, but actually if you put on a movie or a show that you've been meaning to catch up on, it goes pretty quickly. For example, I've been watching and catching up on 3 seasons of Downton Abbey. Actually, I started my seasons of Downton Abbey before I started this, so it's not fair to say I watched the whole 3 seasons, but you get what I mean. So I've taken the pointed comb, slipped it under the track to pull out the hair, and I'm going to pin it back to section it off so it doesn't get in the way of my work. And I'm gonna pin this one back here. All right. And now we're going to focus on these bits right here. Now the way I have been doing Lilith's hair is it's red, but it's magenta, and the way it blends together is actually pretty cool if you do it like this. Start with the roots with your magenta and just color, 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 color it, color it. Yeah, we're coloring, coloring. And so as you can see, I'm not trying to color full sections because I'm gonna go in and fill those in with the red, but hair has highlights. What? Yeah, hair has highlights. So I'm going to color some sections a solid magenta because those are going to be magenta highlights. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go blah, 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 so we can fill some of that in with the red, blah, 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 finish out the magenta highlight right there. I did the top. Now I gotta flip it over because look, some of it didn't get to the bottom. That's okay. I'm gonna go to the bottom and I'm gonna color it in. No big deal. Look how quick it goes. No big deal. This is a brand new Sharpie. If you have a Sharpie that you've used for a while and it starts to not color in so well, that means that you need a new Sharpie. So go to the store and get yourself a new Sharpie because your life is gonna be miserable if you do not. Oh no, the camera is just like not focusing on that very well. There we go, that's better. Yay! I'm glad I have this new camera where I can see exactly where you're focusing on. So I'm gonna go back over this with the red. So everything that is left white, I'm gonna color in red. La la, la 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 la. There we go. Gah! I did not pin this up very well because I'm getting white in there. There we go. So I suggest using a white wig because it's going to show the color of your Sharpie way better than if you use just like a blonde wig. It's not gonna show through as vividly. It might change the actual color of your Sharpie. So people that are dyeing an entire wig one color, or they're doing an ombre or something, something less detailed as this, then they use a Sharpie dye bath. And that uses alcohol mixed with the actual ink inside the Sharpie pen, and then they dip the wig in there. And that's a really great idea. However, that was not gonna work for Lilith, in particular because she has this pink gradient on the other side. It gradients from a dark pink into a light pink. And I really wanted to keep that, and it was really difficult to do with a Sharpie dye bath. So I chose to hand Sharpie this. So I don't mind hand Sharpieing. It's actually way better than doing the Tali spirals by hand. I'd rather Sharpie dye a wig than probably do the spirals again. But, you know, it's still work, it's still time, and it can still be exhausting. Is this my new red? Oh, I was wondering why this red wasn't working so well. This isn't my new red one. So it's taking way longer to color this part in because that's not my new red Sharpie. So here's my new red Sharpie. Let's color that in. Oh yeah, that's way better, yeah. That's gonna go way faster. There we go. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but in face to face with Carol, I can tell the Sharpie just was not filling in very well. So far on this wig, I have used, this is gonna be my third red Sharpie and my third magenta Sharpie. I only had to use one of each of the pinks, but it depends on how long your wig is, I guess. All right, cool. So that section is done. It looks a little more red to me here. So the next section we do is gonna be more magenta. To do the next section, I take off my clip and I take my comb and put the pointy end in first, right there. And I'm actually gonna take that much, there we go. And there you can see the separation of the wig cap here, right there, and the track right here. So I'm gonna clip it back up again, hopefully do a better job than I did the last time. And I'm gonna go through with my magenta because we did a little heavy on the red for the last section. And I don't want this to be a totally red wig. If I did, I would have just Sharpie dyed it or gotten a red wig. What? Yeah, totally would have, but that's okay. I hope you can see it clearly in the camera. As I'm going over with the magenta, it's kind of blending in with the red and making this cool magenta-y red color that I wanted. I can never decide what color Lilith's hair is, like a pink red, like a reddish pink. So I figured the magenta and the red would go really well together. And it is, it's blending in pretty well, so it looks like she has highlights. She got her hair professionally done on Pandora. Who do you think would do Lilith's hair on Pandora? I think maybe Moxie would. We got the top of that track done. I'm gonna slide the comb through and lift up this section so I can make sure I get the bottom really well. So I haven't decided what to do with this whiteness down here. I'm trying to save my Sharpie more for the hair, but if you color it in, it seems to blend that white cap in with the hair a little bit. Next section, please. And this is actually getting in my way just a little bit. So I'm gonna take this. Oh no, Carol's head's coming off. Oh crap. I'm going to take the magenta again through the root, and then I'll fill areas in with that red. I have a large concentration of red right here, so I'm going to put a bit of a magenta highlight here. That way I don't have a huge chunk of red together. And now I'm going to take my red. All right, so I'm going to take my comb again and lift up the hair just to make sure we're getting colored in very well, like these. I have finished coloring this whole section right here. This section right here, I want to color this light pink. So I will show you how I got this light pink gradient color. I pulled away the dark section so you can see what the pink is gonna look like underneath. I used the light pink and the dark pink, and go through, lightly color it. I went through with the light pink first, going through and just barely coloring it in, just kind of lightly going through it and leaving the bottoms more white than coloring it in with pink because she does have a gradient effect. And then going through with the darker pink and adding some highlights in there with the darker pink. To keep things separate, I'm going to take this section right here. I'm going to try to twist it up and pin it back. There we go. using my pointy comb again, I'm going to section out right here-ish. There we go. And it's just a small section because I don't want to get a little too crazy lowering down sections, because then it'll get all mixed up and I won't have a nice gradient. So I'm gonna take my clips out here so you can see what everything's gonna look like when it's down. Here we go. All right, and this section is going to go this way, and this section is gonna go this way. There we are. And there is how you Sharpie dye Lilith's wig. So let me actually remove Carol's head so that I can show you what the wig is going to look like. So you have the pink here with a dark layer on top, and the pink actually continues down below all the way to the back. And then you get all the dark right here, all the way to the front. I'm actually trying to decide if I want to cell shade the hair or not. If I do, I would use a dark blue, like almost a navy, a gray, and a black. And I'll go through and do the scalp. I'll line out the hair as well with the different sections. And yeah. Now to style the actual wig, because it's not yet done. So for the wig, I really want to straighten this part out. I've been trying to bend it and it's just not wanting to bend the other direction, and it needs to be straight. So I'm going to use my heating iron, which I shouldn't be using on this, but we're gonna lightly tap it through, clap it, blah, 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 like that, and see how this goes. Hopefully, I'm not gonna burn anything. Oh God. Yeah, so it's not doing something nice to the end. That'll do. We're not gonna use that heating anymore. The heating iron, even though I had it on low, is actually curling up the ends of the hair. So, don't use the heating iron, even if it's low. That done fudged it up. Okay. With Sharpie dyeing, normally you rinse out the Sharpie coloring until it runs clear, and then you don't have to worry about it bleeding on anything. If I were to do that on this wig, I would essentially bleed all the dark into the pink and ruin everything I've done so far. So instead, I am going to seal it with hairspray. It doesn't matter what hairspray you use, just use a stiff hairspray, especially because we're gonna use it to help us style the wig. So Lilith's hair on the pink side, these red chunks are actually pulled into sections, and they're neat and nice and not basically looking like that. I'm going to take this section here, and I'm just gonna pull it together like this, if I could see what I'm doing. And again, using the tip of my brush to help me get these sections right. So this is the first section that I have, and I'm going to use my hairspray and spray it on. I'm going to pull this up a little bit and spray up in here, so it helps to seal that color as well, so it won't bleed onto my skin. I pulled this bang up and pinned it into the wig cap up here so it'll hold that shape while I continue to style the rest. And that's how we have the back styled. All I did was just kind of section a little bit out and pull it to the side a little bit so it has a sweeping motion to it. And again, turn it around. We're gonna do the bottom. And this is actually flipping out a little bit, which is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And I'm going to clip that bang right up there so it holds in the direction that I want it to. There we go. And there you have Lilith's Borderlands wig! It looks great! The hair is just a little crunchy from the hairspray, but I have faith that it's going to hold in that color so it's not going to drain all on me while I'm at the con. But if it does, I'll just keep some alcohol wipes in my emergency cosplay kit for that very reason, because you never know what's going to happen. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Share with all of your cosplay, Borderlands, Siren, Lilith-loving, wig-loving friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the Weird Girls YouTube channel where you can see more of what we're doing. And don't forget to come see me this Saturday on the 28th at Austin Books and Comics, where I'll be taking your donations for the Dell Children's Hospital. They rely solely on donations in order to keep the library running, and it's a pretty good cause. So come out and see me, donate some books, we can hang out. It'll be awesome. Her hair looks awesome. I'm so excited.